me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. You're not. Uh-oh. Maybe
Hold
I
on,
should try to go out.
I'm going to go on the YouTube. Are we live on YouTube?
We're live.
Yeah. All right, and I'll see what it looks like.
Gosh. Let me, I might have to go out and come back in again. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Christina. I don't know, guys, if I'm going to be able to read tonight. Hi, Connor.
Hey.
How are you? Hi, Dory. Hi, Dory. Jenny. Hold on a second.
Hey, Dory. Hey, Taro. Be kind. I think can you hear me?
For a second. Hi, Warren. Hi, Richard. Hi, Be Kind. You're frozen again. But am I frozen?
Oh, no. It was just me. I think we're good.
Frozen. Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay. What are we going to do tonight, Carol?
We could do whatever you want to do. We could. Sorry, my daughter's texting. We could do cards. We could do scary stories. We could do whatever.
Ooh. You want to tell a scary story?
I could tell one.
Okay. Scary stories. Oh, we can share out. I should share out while you're doing that.
I'll share too.
Okay, guys, we're gonna share out.
On the Twitter.
Okay, me too. 1 second, guys. Look at my mouth. I'm like freaking out.
Okay.
I want to hide myself.
No. I wonder if I should turn off all the lights and
yeah.
Get the candles going. Hold on, I gotta find.
Thank you, Dory. Thank you. Cards. Sonia. Let me make sure Bud Files has a wrench. You guys are awesome. Carrie. Jenny, you want to come up?
It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Carrie Ann. Hi, Carrie Ann. Hi, Sonia. Let's see. Second. I think we're going to do a little bit of scary stories. And then maybe some cards.
Hi, Violet.
Are you still there, Carol?
Yep. I sure am.
Okay.
Okay. You just
my internet sucks so bad, guys.
Let us know, guys.
What?
I was just going to ask, let us know if we are frozen or if you can't hear us. All that good stuff.
I know, because my internet is so bad right now. We're probably frozen. I'll probably have to turn.
I can see us on the YouTube part. Oh, she dropped out. She dropped out. She'll come back. Huh. Hey, Warren. How are you? It looks good on your end. I think Cassie... Hey, Scotty. I think, yeah, she'll be back. She's probably changing to her phone or her tablet or... or whatevers. How are you guys? Hey, Going Green Mom. How are you? I can see the
Internet still sucks. I'm sorry.
Yup.
Hi, Megan.
Hey, Robert. How are you?
Scotty. Robert. Hi, Robert. I know, Megan. It's already like missing out.
Everybody associates you with bad internet. I think we need to all pitch in and get her some kind of good internet. But you don't have an
I'm calling
option.
tomorrow. Robert.
You don't have an option though, right? It's just where you live.
HughesNet. I'm gonna call HughesNet tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
I don't know if we have it here in Iowa or not, but
Vicky.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Vicky.
Scotty.
Hey, Second Star.
Hi, Nat.
So maybe since we're doing okay, I'll go ahead.
So should I turn off my camera, guys?
Do they have good Verizon? Going Green Mom asked. Verizon signal.
I'm using Verizon right now, guys, and it sucks bad. Hi, Joe.
See, that's what my brother did. I don't know who he works for now.
Hi, Kara.
He put the telephone, that like the cell phone, that company that he works for, they have internet too, not just for your phone for your house. So I don't know if that's an option or not, but
my only option is HughesNet.
Yeah.
Hi, Doris. So I'm going to let Carol kind of take over tonight.
Lucky
Carol?
you guys. Yep. Can you hear me? Hey, Deanna.
Tell your stories.
Okay, so this story, I kind of want to like turn the lights off and stuff. Get in the mood. So this story, I made it's on one of my videos. It's like a bunch of scary stories all in one video. But this story is always creeped me out, like thinking about it, because this shit I'm sure has happened before. So it's called The Undertaker. And The Undertaker is a creepy story about a man who owns a funeral parlor in a small town. Bernard Sloan has the perfect family, sorry. They were always there waiting for him as he finished work. Every evening at 7 o'clock, he put on the lights. Sorry, guys, let me put this over here. He put on the lights, locked the front door, and went downstairs to the basement to spend the evening with his family. His wife, Jenny, would be sitting on the couch knitting a sweater. His mother was always dozing off in the couch. His son, Ben, and his daughter, Emma, were usually sitting at the table playing board games. Little Luke lay on the floor playing with his toys while little Martha, the youngest, sat at the piano. Bernard would sit down in his big, comfortable chair and chat with them until bedtime. He told them all about his day and who had died recently in town. He would repeat funny stories and jokes he heard and tell them his views on opinions and any subject that came to mind. He always listened patiently and never argued or contradicted him. When it was time to go to bed, Bernard would yawn and stretch his arms. He would go around giving them all kisses on the cheek and saying, "Well, good night, everyone. Pleasant dreams." Then he would turn out the lights, climb the stairs, lock the door behind him when he went to bed. I just lost my spot. Okay, Middletown was a small town, and Bernard was the only undertaker in the area. His funeral parlor was also his home, and he got all the business there was. Although he didn't have any close friends, he was well known in town and respected above suspicion. Everything was like clockwork. People would bring their dead loved ones to him, and Bernard would embalm their bodies and prepare them for burial. The funerals were usually held in the local church, and the dead were buried in the local graveyard. One day, as Bernard was cleaning up the funeral parlor, a policeman came to the front door. "Can I help you, officer?" Bernard asked. "I'm here about the Periwinkle child," the policeman said. Bernard had a puzzled frown on his face. "The Periwinkle child?" "Martha Periwinkle," said the policeman. "The little girl who drowned 5 months ago." "Oh, yes, of course," said Bernard. "I remember now. Well, I'll level with you, Mr. Sloane. The family had her body exhumed. When they opened the coffin, they got quite a shock. There was nothing but a stack of old newspapers inside it." "Oh, my," said Bernard. "How terrible." "Now look, Mr. Sloane," the policeman said. "Theft of a body is a criminal offense. If you cooperate, we'll go easy on you." The family just wanted their daughter's remains so they could give her a proper burial. Bernard was highly offended. "I've been in business in Middletown for 20 years," he said. "Everybody knows me. How could you think I would do such a thing?" "Then you won't mind if I search your house," the policeman said. Bernard's face suddenly turned pale. "I certainly do mind," he said. "This is my home as well as my place of business. I know my rights as a citizen, and I'm not going to have anybody snooping around my private property without a search warrant. If that's the way you want it, that's fine by me," the policeman growled. "I'll be back in an hour with a search warrant, and in the meantime, I'll leave an officer outside to make sure you don't try to get rid of evidence." Bernard watched as the policeman turned and left. He shut the front door and stood there thinking for a few moments. He went downstairs to the basement to see his family. He opened the curtains and let some of the light into the room for the first time. His wife was still knitting, his mother was still dozing on the couch, and Ben and Emma were still playing their board game. Luke was still playing with his toys, and Martha was still at the piano. Somehow they all seemed a little withered, less like living people, more like mummies. Only Martha, the new girl, looked as fresh as she had been on the day she drowned. Bernard let out a deep sigh. He picked up a container of gasoline and began splashing it around the basement room. He splashed it all over his wife, his mother, each one of his children. Then he kissed them all on the forehead, sat down in his chair. He loved them all so much, and he couldn't bear to see his family torn apart. He reached into his pocket and took out a box of matches. He selected one match, struck it. The entire room burst into flames. "Pleasant dreams, everyone," he screamed as the fire engulfed him. "Pleasant dreams." Creepy. Creepy, creepy. Hey, Andrew, how are you? Yeah, that's creepy because I have read a bunch on mortuaries and funeral homes, like them, finding like a dozen mummified infants and babies up in the attic in a garage. Like the guy didn't want to pay for the cremation or the burial, like the funeral director, so he just hid the bodies, or just crazy, crazy things. One guy, he ran a crematorium, and because it cost a lot to get those things, burning, the electricity, the fuel, whatever they use. And so instead of doing that, he would like dump the bodies out back or partially bury them out back of the, crematorium. Crazy, crazy. So yeah. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Keep going. Keep going for them.
Oh, I'm done with that.
Keep
Can you
going.
guys? It sounds like a normal Friday at my job. Can you guys hear me okay? Or am I breaking up? I hope I wasn't breaking up. What do you do, Second Star, for a job? Hey, camping. I still find tons of videos of abandoned mortuaries and mausoleums with people still in them, dilapidated, falling apart. Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember. So many people did a video, and I've seen a lot on that. I can't remember what it was, but it was like falling apart and had been there for a very, very, very long time. So it was just like in crumbles, right? And there's still dead bodies. It was like a mausoleum, and there was still the bodies there. And if there wasn't any relatives left to, to know about it, or if the family couldn't afford to pay for yet another burial, they had to leave their loved ones there. And they did, I've seen like videos on nighttime investigations, and it's so sad because you can tell people had gone in there and was pulling out the coffins and looking inside and like seeing if there was anything of value that was buried. Ugh. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sure yeah, anything is possible with these people. It's pretty spooky. It's like you don't know for sure if the ashes you get from your family member is really your family member. We've cremated my sister and my dad, and they're both here in the house, their ashes, and it's like you think about that. Is anybody else mixed up with anybody else's ashes mixed with these? Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah. I've always wanted to talk to somebody who worked in either a morgue or like a funeral home or mortuary, because I've heard some, hey, then Lizzie, I've heard some crazy, crazy stories about, this one lady was, talking on a live stream that when she first started to work at this funeral home, they would have to go to the hospital, the nursing home to go get the body, and then they would put it in the back of this SUV that was meant, to slide the bodies in or whatnot. And she didn't know about all the things that happen to a body when you pass. And she said she was driving and she was at a stop sign or a stoplight, and she heard something in the back where the body was, and she looked back and it looked like the body was trying to sit up in the body bag. She said she freaked out, jumped out of the car, and ran to the gas station, just left the car there at the red light, and called the boss and said, I'm not getting back in there. The body's still alive, yada, yada, yada. And he told her, listen, when you die, your body starts to break down, and the gases can make you moan. The muscles constrict, and sometimes, all these crazy things happen. Hey, Spooky. So she was like, I don't care. I'm not getting back in that SUV. You're going to have to. And she didn't. She made him come and get it. And she still kept her job, she said. But yeah, That is creepy. And actually, I saw a video today on Facebook. It was a TikTok video about they had cameras set up in the morgue, and it was like overnight or nobody was in there, but the body on the table with the sheet over it, right, started to move, and the hand came out, and I think it was a guy, and he was just all confused and pulled the sheet down, and he was like looking around like, where was he? Well, he obviously didn't die, and they thought he did. And that would freak me out. That would freak me out. But hey, Nightmare. Oh, she gone again. She gone again. I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. We have an eggplant raid. Cassie, you're being raided. Hopefully with enough eggplants to go around. Hey, professional paranormal research. Hey, Louie. Yeah, like rigor mortis starts like 2 to 3 hours after death, and then can last for a couple hours and then go away, and then yeah, it's crazy. Like when there used to be a plague, and they thought it was a family member who was like a vampire. They thought it was a vampire, and so they exhumed the body, and they said, you know, the nails looked like they were longer, the hair looked like they were longer, but in all reality, the skin, you know, comes away as it dries. The skin comes away from the nails, and it looks like the nails are longer, and same with the skin on the hair. And yeah, craziness. Yeah, Brianna, that would be challenging. That would be challenging. There's that movie called My Girl, and I forgot who was all in it, but that's what it was about. They lived in a nursing home, or not a nursing, a mortuary or a funeral home, and they had hired, I can't remember her name, but she was in Halloween. She was the sister that Michael Myers kept chasing to try to kill every in every movie. But so she did the makeup for the dead, on the dead. But hey, my raid, how are you? Yes. Yeah, people are scary. Jamie Lee Curtis, exactly. That's who it was. Yeah, it was a good movie. And you think about it, everything that they have to fight with a cadaver, I guess, whether they've been, you know, out in the elements, and, you know, bugs might have got to them and all that, and you have to try to like fix all that. Yeah, a lot of schooling for that, just to, I mean, things you have to learn. Repair work, exactly. Did you click the wrong button? Hey, Mittens. Good to see you. Can you hear me, Cassie? Oh, can't hear you. I think you're muted. You're muted. Can you unmute? There.
Okay.
Yay.
You hear me?
Yep.
Hi, Mittens.
Hey, Walt. Right, Daryl. But I mean, they can only
Ooh.
do it with their, with what they're working with. And yeah, dead bodies just do not look like living bodies. Yeah.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh no! She jumped out again. Fell out. There's a difference. Hey, Chris. Aw. That's awesome, Lizzie. Because a couple days ago it was pretty dark around me. I was an angry woman a couple of days ago at my children. My adult children. 2 of them. All good now. I worked at the city morgue being an intern for... Oh, where'd it go? Culture anthropology. The Jane and John Does that were put in holding chillers and would moan at night. Heck no. Like, I know that happens, but I just got the chills thinking about it. Why did I think about it? But until you experience it, Hi, Mr. Crowley. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Can't believe you gave me permission to crash your channel.
Crash.
Yeah.
We're crashing it.
Well, corrupt the channel.
Corrupt.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was already corrupted. My girl. Yes, my girl. That's yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. Hey, Monster. So how are you, Mr. Crowley?
I'm good. How are you girls?
We're good. Cassie's having some trouble with the internet. So I think we should get a GoFundMe for her internet. Hey, Andre.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on with her next month, so.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about, but.
On her channel or on Chad's?
On hers.
Awesome. Yeah. So do you do more with like the UFO or cryptids or paranormal?
Both. All of it.
All 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, usually it comes all, like if you're into one, you're usually, interested in all of them.
I think they're all interconnected.
I think so. Most definitely. In their ways. Yeah, most definitely. Hello, Mike. Can you hear us, Cassie?
Barely.
Aw.
I barely hear you.
Did you do a reading with your new card
Just
yet?
hanging in there.
Did you do a reading with your new card yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, was that when I was sick? Like I wasn't feeling good? Last Tuesday, right?
You guys just do whatever you want to do.
She can't hear me.
And I'll keep coming in now.
That's fine. That's fine. She's always getting new cards. And like I'll say, "Oh, I love them.
There she goes again.
Those are my favorite." And then she gets a new, yeah.
I might be lagging too because I have a couple open.
Yeah. I have to always turn off all the Wi-Fi. I got a good one for you, Carol Mariska, and her siblings were in the back seat of her mom's car back in Slidell, Louisiana, 1959. Ooh, where's that going?
I'm trying to see if there's a way to keep the actual live chat open while I'm on here. I think that might have worked.
You can, go to.
Okay. No, I closed out the YouTube and did. I did a pop out and closed out the YouTube. And just put it over top StreamYard. Now it's working. Got ya.
Yeah. Yeah, I always forget to mute the YouTube, so there's always an echo when I come on. I'm like, oh, it's my fault.
Yeah, I do that too.
Sorry. I always get yelled at.
Need to get Lizzie on here. Why is she in the background?
Yes.
Come on, Liz.
Her mom, her driver, and her lover were all killed when they were rear-ended the back of the truck in the fog. Lieutenant Benson from Law and Order is Jayne Mansfield's daughter. Oh, yes. I was just I don't know if it was a video, but yeah, they were just talking about that. Hey, Jesse. Yeah, there's some creepy stories out there with like Hollywood that are still not solved, and especially this time of night my brain doesn't work, so the names like don't work. But the lady, maybe we'll do this like a trivia, and who can ever guess my random mind. So they were on a boat, she couldn't swim, but she was an actress model and was married to an actor. She drowned. They thought it was an accident, but she was scared of the water, and most people think it's her husband. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It was a long time ago. I think I'm older than most people here, so.
No, I don't think you're older than me. Just throw that out there.
53.
Okay, maybe a couple years.
I wish I could remember. But they keep trying to reopen the case because people, like the family, think, the sister especially, thinks that the husband did it. Natalie Wood, Daryl for the win.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
But I saw the name.
Yeah. I wish I had prizes to give out. That's funny. Yeah. It's just like, and there was another actor that is well known too. He was on board that night and had told how they were fighting and all this and that. I mean, it just sounds suspicious to me, but I don't know.
If I was Cassie, I would straight burn down my cable provider. Like, just go with a can of gasoline, just go burn it down.
Yeah. Well, it's like she lives out and about, so there's not a lot of good options for her. So, Robert Wagner, yes.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Andrew, good job.
Hey, what's up, Andrew?
34th Street. So Anthony said you need a gallon of gasoline. Did you hear me, Cassie?
I hear nothing. I hear nothing.
For your internet problems. Yeah, she's further away, so they don't have a lot of options for her. Yes. And there was also one that I just read or watched a video on how President Kennedy's brother, who was driving a car with this woman, and they were drinking, and it went out into the water or something like that, a lake or something like that. And he took off and headed to town and like went to bed and didn't report it till the morning time. And then come to find out, in the coroner's results showed that she didn't drown right away, that they think there was like a pocket of air that she was like trying to survive, because the way she died, I don't know, they could tell from the autopsy that she didn't die right away. So he could have saved her life if he would have went to the authorities and asked, got help. But did he get in trouble for it? Nope. Teddy Kennedy. You guys were on it. Teddy Kennedy. Yeah. Yeah. And then that could lead into Marilyn Monroe, the whole conspiracy thing, thinking it's,
I hate conspiracy rabbit holes. I do.
There's some crazy ones out there that are just like, oh, come on, guys. But, some of them make sense, and some of them are like, I don't think so. But who am I to know? I don't know.
Is Bree saying she went to bed, or is there something that went to bed?
Went to bed.
Is there like some kind of show?
Went to bed.
Come on, Nightmare. Somebody jump on here.
Come on. Come on down.
Leave me alone. I have separation anxiety.
No, it's all good. So I don't know. I think I see you in like do you go to Spaced Out Radio? And
I'm everywhere.
Yeah,
I've been on every live stream, I think, just about anywhere. So
I've probably seen you before.
Probably.
Do you do your things on your own channel, or?
No, I'm actually trying to put that together. I have some friends from a major radio show, a morning show, and we're actually thinking about trying to put something together. So
That would be awesome. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I remember because of the bow behind you.
Yeah, everyone remembers that. Everyone remembers that.
That's why I remember that. Yeah. That's funny. I don't remember you, but I remember the bow on your wall.
That's nice. Thank you very much. I hear that a lot from women.
That's fun. Yeah, I'm sorry. I probably wasn't funny.
No, you're not. It's okay.
You're not sorry.
Poor Cassie. It feels so bad.
I know. I wish she could.
Why doesn't she hotspot her cell phone? Would that not work?
I don't know if she can or if she knows how. I don't know. I don't know how. I have no idea.
Well, if your computer has Bluetooth, you can hotspot you could hotspot it by doing that.
So she just has a tablet and her phone, and I think she's just using her, I'm not sure, but I think she's just using her cell phone. I'm not sure.
Or maybe if she's not just using her cell phone, maybe she should just use her cell phone. If she's using her tablet.
Deanna said using her phone. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, Clay, where have you been? Time to play TV, guys. Holy cow. We all miss you and we need you to do some content. Holy cow, how have you been? I see pictures of the puppy getting bigger. Beautiful, beautiful puppy. Hope all has been well. Time to play. TV has some amazing stuff on his channel. And really wish you would. Yeah. All kinds of paranormal stuff. He's got this amazing Jeep that he takes mudding. Cooking videos. Just a bunch of really cool stuff. My favorite is the Shadow Cemetery he went to. And the yellow house that's haunted. Yeah.
I grew up in a lifetime of paranormal stuff. I grew up in a poltergeist house, and I've had like many experiences since, and I've never actually dug my feet into it, but I'm going on my first official paranormal investigation next month. So
awesome. Yeah, me too.
I finally decided to, jump in the whole way. So
where are you gonna go?
To the, oh my gosh, I know it starts with the C. It's a shame it's an hour away from me, hour and a half. Hold on.
They're so good.
The Crescent Sanatorium.
Amazing.
Sanatoriums freak me out because there's so much pain and suffering that happen there. So that energy there is so strong.
Well, I was married for 15 years and I'm going through a separation now, and I was like, she was never into anything like that. Yeah. And I always was, but now that I got the time, I'm actually going to jump into it and get in. So
Yeah.
pretty excited.
None of my ex-husbands were either.
Yeah, and I grew up 10 minutes away from Kecksburg. So
Well,
which is
I'm in
kinda-
Iowa, so we have the Axe Murder House, and I've never went, which I really do want to. I want to do an overnight there. I think that would be amazing. And I would probably just maybe do a little bit of a live stream, but I would just like to sit there and just like feel it and like do my thing, you know what I mean? I don't really need to investigate. I don't need to like prove it or, you know, it would just be for me. But yeah, there's a lot of places within like the surrounding states that I could go to. It's just I don't like to go alone. I don't want to go alone. I don't want to drive all that way.
Well, I'm in Southwest PA. I'm in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, I got West Virginia, I got Ohio. There's actually a county above me, probably 45 minutes away, called Butler County. And they've had Fae folk incidents, they've had UFO incidents, and all kinds.
Yeah.
And I just really want to go up there. I just
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have anybody to do it with.
Right.
Everything. So,
I wonder if I can share. Let me try. I downloaded. I don't know how to do it here. Wait. So it probably won't work. I'm not even going to try since we're having troubles here. But there's this map of the United States, and it shows all the hot spots where most people
I've seen it.
have. Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's stuff above Iowa, but not like a lot, you know?
Yeah, it's like this Southwest PA, like, tri-state area. That's what we call it here. It's just super hot. We got the Mothman. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
All kinds of haunted sanitariums.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Hey, Andrew. Hey, The Oceans. Dad Perfect. We've got those two, but you just there is a sanatorium, there's an old prison that that you could go and explore. It's just, again, I don't have anybody to go do it with. My oldest daughter, she just had twins, so she has 5 kids now. She would totally go do it with me, but she's homeschooling and has 5 kids, so that's not gonna work. And there's no YouTubers around Iowa, really. Kind of sucks.
yeah. Well, I got lucky because I got accepted onto a paranormal society, the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society here. So they're going to take me out for my first time and show me what's up.
There is a couple here in Iowa too. I don't know. Probably not close. I should check it out.
Yeah, for sure. There's always something.
Yeah.
It's like I wanted to do the UFO investigation stuff, but I don't want to sit here and pay MUFON and what have you. I'd rather find something local to get my feet in. Because I've had both experiences. I've had UFO experiences. I've had, paranormal experiences. Even whenever I was in law enforcement down in Nevada, there was a couple times some crazy stuff happened. So.
Oh, I bet.
So I'm excited to go in somewhere that's active.
Yeah.
And see what comes out of it for me.
My house, this house that I'm in right now, this is the house that I grew up in. And it's always, I've not known so I grew up with it. So it's like something, a constant for me. But I don't see and I don't hear, I feel. I get those,
Yeah.
But as far as sightings or UFO stuff, I don't want nothing to do with that. That freaks me out. I've seen too many movies. And like about 5 months ago, my oldest told me she had an encounter. And I said, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know. Because that would freak me out, knowing that my daughter,
Spooky. Spooky
Never
and Chatter here. Spooky, jump on.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Hey, Freaky.
Come on, Spooky, jump on.
Come on up.
You're not in the gym. Let's go. We're always talking from the gym half the time. So.
Oh my God. I haven't seen a gym for like 20 years. Maybe not that much. Maybe 16. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So I love to hear about all the, experiences and stuff. It just freaks me out. And how some people want it. I'm like, why do you want that? That's spooky. Have you not watched the movies? Granted, yes, I know movies are not, but they're based on something real, right? Being abducted and, experimented on.
Well, that was one thing that I was on ITF with Shannon on another episode there. And, that was one of the questions at the end is, we should all go back there. That's what Shannon said. We should take a crew back there. And I was like, no. Nope. I'm good. That is one place I will never go back to.
What is it? What is it? Where is it?
My old place or the show, Into the Fray.
You said you don't want to go back.
To the house that I grew up in. No.
To the house you grew up in, right? Like we didn't have the poltergeist stuff. It was the lady. There was a farmer. He built this house. It's 5-bedroom for his daughters. One of the daughters passed away here. So it was always the friendly. It was always the caring. But I also had other family. It's a whole big, long thing. But we have a little girl in the tree line, which is sad. And according to this friend, she's a realtor of my daughter's. She's a psychic medium or whatever. She says there's a lot more going on here than I thought, which is disturbing. Whether I believe it or not, I don't know. I just know what I feel. But
well, I've had two situations in the house that I'm in. I never even looked up how old this house is. I'm sure it's from the early 1900s at least. But I 3 times now, at least 3 times, I've heard what sounds to be like a 6, 7, 8-year-old small child say hello.
Oh my God.
Kind of like if you heard a noise next to you and you're like, hello. It was kind of that sound. I've heard that 3 times. And then one time I was laying in my den on the futon behind me because I fell asleep and I felt footsteps walk the whole way up my left side, up to my left shoulder. And I said, look, I have to work in the morning. You're not welcome here. You have to leave.
Right.
And I felt the footsteps walk right back down my futon. Never came back.
See, that's what I talk. I
felt sad though, because now it's like I kind of wanted to come back. I wish I wouldn't have told it to leave.
There's always steps. Granted, the house is 100 years old, so you're going to hear creaking, but you know what are footsteps coming down this hall. I know after, being here most of my life. On a live stream, the closet door started to open. But
yes, I'm not doing all that. No.
See, there's no, like if you come in here, you would feel like you were at home, like with grandma. That's the feeling of the house. So it's not a scary situation, but I've been places where it's like, I don't like this. I don't like this,
It doesn't bother me. It's just, like I said, I got up, I turned my light on and I made sure the door, because I thought maybe it was my cat, but it wasn't my cat. My door was shut. So that stuff doesn't freak me out. The stuff I grew with freaks me the fuck out.
Do you see what Chad said?
No.
Dear Lord and baby Jesus, please grace Cassie with Starlink access very soon so we can see her on a live stream. Amen.
Take a break. Take a break from work, Chad. Come on. And then Spooky.
Tell me you're sick.
Spooky's ghosting us.
Yeah,
hey Warren, how are you?
Warren, there's Warren. I didn't even say.
I'm doing good. I hate to see Cassie's message steady dropping out. I hate that.
She says I'm trying. Oh, so hate it. I feel guilty.
But anyway, now that we're on that subject, weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Well, two of them. Two weirdest things. One was a dream. The other one was for real. Which one you want to hear first?
The real one.
Okay. All right. Where I used to live, it's only about 6 miles away from me, at the most. Go up to the end of my road, take a right. Go down about 2 miles, take a left. Go up about another mile, you come up on a dirt road. Go down this dirt road, and it's old farm. Nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
Turn back to the right. Go down a half a mile. Okay.
Spokane.
One evening, I'm out this way. It's called Cut No Road, and it's an old dirt road. Used to be a cemetery back there. Well, it still is.
I was gonna say used to be. What they do?
Well, it still is. It's still
Yeah.
there. But it used to be the old Cut No Plantation. And I rode up in there. I was on a motorcycle. Just nothing, dusk, dark. Yeah, just something I used to do. Just go riding up dirt roads. Just have a little fun. I ride an old dirt bike. And I turn on this corner. And the old cemetery used to be, as soon as you turn the corner, it wasn't but about maybe 20 yards. The edge of the cemetery starts. But it's an ancient cemetery. I'd like to go back out there and look at it now, and I'm thinking about doing it.
I would.
Be right back 1 second.
I rode up there, and there's this old house with 4 columns in the front. It's old, like 1.5 to 2-story house. Not real tall, but very tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull up there and stop the bike, throw the kickstand down. I mean, I might be 19 years old, 20 at the most, not long out of high school. I pull up there on this old ass dirt bike. I mean, it's an old piece of junk, but I still like riding it. I pull up there and I shut the engine off, throw the kickstand down, and I sit there and I light me a cigarette up, and I'm just sitting there. And this little girl, no more than maybe 13, maybe 14 years old, walks out into the middle of the yard in front of this old house, looks at me, doesn't say a word, and just smiles. And I kind of look beyond her and I see the old house, and it still looks like it's in pretty good shape. And I says, what's going on? How's it going? Turned it back on me, walked back toward the house, and everything disappeared.
Oh, holy cow.
Except for the tombstones.
Holy cow.
Freaked me out. I mean, just totally freaked me out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't move. I just sit there. I'm like, did I really see that, or am I hallucinating?
Trying to take it all in.
I sit there for like 20 minutes. Nothing happened. So I left. I came back the next day during the broad daylight. All it was what I saw last. Tombstones, the dilapidated fencing around the cemetery, all growed up in vines. But I will never forget the front of that house. I can draw you a picture of it right now. I can draw you a picture of the little girl, and I know who it was now. It took me years to figure out who it was.
See, that's the shit that makes me jealous right there. I would love to have an experience like that.
Yeah.
It was
like a time slip. That would be so freaking cool.
It was. it was Peg Cutno in her early years, or maybe her mother, because that was an old cemetery.
Yeah.
Because when I greeted her, she was like, "I can't tell you nothing." Turned her back on me, and boom, everything was gone, except
Mm.
for the tombstones.
That's an
I have
awesome
never
experience.
walked into that cemetery, but I swear I'm gonna do it.
I love cemeteries. I might be weird, but I freaking love them. Love them. The
I've
older,
got
the
I've
better.
got one next door to me, and I did put up a video. I went over there and sit down beside a Confederate doctor's grave and played the harmonica. It ain't got a whole lot of views, but it's just called Harmonica in Cemetery. But it was
Mhm.
pretty cool. I felt the inspiration to play like they did back in the 1800s, and it very well suited the the atmosphere and everything.
Yeah.
And I done a walk around in that same church. It was established in 1845.
Oh, so it was a church with the graveyard by it?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
right,
see, those
right
are
next
beautiful.
door to me. Right
Oh,
next door
that's
to me,
beautiful.
walking
Yeah,
distance.
I have the one that I always go to when I do investigations, live streams. I went to because there's a bridge that's, I don't know if you want to say it's a crybaby bridge. Everybody has a crybaby bridge, but the railroad track's supposed to be haunted, and the cemetery is like 3. They're all right there, and so I would go do that. But it's sorry, my daughter's calling. I lost my concentration because my daughter's calling me. But yeah, no, the older the cemetery, the better. Like, it's because you feel all the
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
There's so much.
Well, that's it. That's like I said when I did that video playing in the cemetery, or playing harmonica in the cemetery, something like that. I named it. I can't remember exactly, but I just felt inspired to do it. That was like 3 p.m. in the morning, or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep for some reason. I grabbed a couple of my harmonicas, walked over there, and carried my flashlight, and I just sit down beside one of the Confederate graves, which there's many of them in there. There's at least 30 in there.
What state are you from, Warren?
South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And it was a Confederate doctor, which I got to
Mhm.
respect that. Oh my God.
That would have been a
And
hard, difficult job.
yeah, it would have been. God, back then there was no technology whatsoever. You had to rely on your gut feelings to save somebody's life.
No
Oh, wow.
anesthesia, no nothing, man.
Nothing. I
Nothing
mean,
to
the best you
disinfect.
could have had might have been, of course, cocaine was around back then, but that would have been about it.
Yeah,
And
they
that
like
ain't,
to amputate. I mean, that was a common thing, and
yeah.
couldn't even
Oh,
imagine.
well, at that time, they didn't have all the antibiotics and stuff like that to keep the infection down. So the best thing for them to do was pull the meat back, saw the bone off, and stitch it up
Can you
before
imagine?
anything got in there. I mean,
Can't even
that's the way it
imagine that.
was. That was the way it
Oh,
was. I mean, it's grisly, it's gruesome, it's nasty, but that was the only way to save somebody's life who was
I'd be
about to
like,
bleed to death.
I'd be like, take a tree branch and hit me or something first.
right,
Something.
right.
But
Yeah, no. Mm.
the thing about it was, I walked over there and something just drew me to that grave. And I sit there, I had just such a peaceful feeling, and the piece of music I played was very much of that period, which I normally don't play like that. I usually play blues style. It was it was it was pretty damn decent. And
So Warren lives in an old school, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't but about 200, maybe 300 yards away from that cemetery.
Yeah. And it's pretty old, isn't it?
It's anywhere. Parts of it are 85 to 90 years old. Other parts of it are 70 years old, something like that.
Do you ever get activity? Because I think you at one
Oh
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Because I
I
would
have.
think
If
maybe.
I walk to certain spots in this building,
Mhm.
like right now, my phone's at 44%. I got one spot I can walk to; it'll drop to nothing in no time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would think too with the cemetery close by, maybe
But
that would.
all my spirits here are very nice. I knew approximately 8 of them in life.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
The other, I've had another guy channel, and he said there's 13 here, and there's 3 under the floor. That scares me.
What?
Well, just
That makes me believe that somebody's buried under this place.
what freaked me out? 13 ghosts.
All right. Well, let's kill one more.
Actually, it does not freak me out about this place because most of them I knew, and I was friends with all of them and worked with several of them while I worked here. It was a sewing plant for many years, and I worked here for 12 plus years.
The school?
Yeah, the
The school
school, it sit for quite a few years, and then it was turned into a sewing plant, and then years later, I came to work here. I think the sewing plant started in 71,
Hmm.
and I came to work here in roughly 89, 90, somewhere in that area. 91, I think was the year I came to work here. And I
Wow.
worked here until 2005.
Oh wow.
So, well, some of it was on call, but I worked steady till about 2001.
I saw an investigation out of school. I don't remember who did it.
There's one that's still bugging me, and I finally got a little bit of information on it. I was up in the attic, and I did a video on it. It's called "The Spirits Are Trying to Talk to Me."
I think I remember you talking about that.
I went up into the attic with the intentions of just farting around up there a little bit because I want to build me a little, upper room for the winter time. Because heat rises. And I'm up there just farting around, doing a little work. Light goes out, and it's plugged directly in, and it's an LED bulb. Never had a problem with it before. It just went out. And I says, So I took my phone out of my pocket and turned the flashlight on. Looking around, light comes back on. And I said, uh-oh. I hit camera, hit video, and record. And nothing's happening. Light back out. And you can see a black screen. I said, Spirit, I mean you no harm. Are you here? Turn the light on. Boom, the light came on. And I forget exactly the order it went in, but every time I said turn it off or turn it on or make it flash, it did for about 5 minutes. And I was about out of memory on the phone, so it was a short one, but you talk about chills run up my spine. And then I found out who it was.
Oh wow.
Because another psychic or paranormal person came onto the phone. I can't remember who it was. Shame on me.
Shame on you.
He said, it's a little girl,
Oh.
and she likes dolls. Okay, it took me a little bit of research, but about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I found out There was a little girl came to school here the last year that it was still a school. Her second day here, she was walking to the bus and got killed by a passing car.
Oh my gosh. That's
And
so sad.
she loved the school. Her spirit is still here. And
Aw.
every once in a while, I will hear her say, "Where's my doll?"
You should put a doll up in the attic, Warren. And then every once in a while, take pictures and see if the doll moves. And maybe you might want to move if it does.
I think I might have her doll.
Aw.
I found the doll in the dumpster
Aw.
several years ago. I mean, like 20 years ago. And it's one of the ones that's porcelain head, porcelain feet. One of the feet were broke, but it was still with the doll.
Oh, wow.
And it was dressed like an old country farm girl. You know, in the little checkered denim, or not denim, checkered, what do you call it? Anyways, blue and white, blue and white checker, blue and white checker, and long black hair, pretty blue eyes, and long hair, and something just told me to get that doll out and dump, so I did, and I carried it home and I put it up. Hopefully, it's still there.
Oh, you put it in the attic?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is long before.
Oh, got you.
And I've still got the foot that was broke at the ankle. I haven't glued it back on, but if it's still there, I'm going to get it. I'm gonna glue the foot back on, and I'm gonna sit it up there in that attic.
You should.
Because I think that's why she's trying to contact me. Where is my doll? That's all I've ever heard her say. Other than make my light flashing off and on.
Yeah.
But
that's sad, though. Anytime you hear about children, spirits.
Yeah, she was only about, I think she was only about 9 years old when she died.
Hey, Boomer. How are you?
I thought maybe she was somewhere around 11 or 12, but from 2 stories I've heard, she was only about 9 years old.
That's so sad. That is so sad.
That's a big dog. It's really
and
close to the camera.
If I can make that happen, I'm gonna bring it back here, because the only place she's ever contacted me was sitting up there in the attic, which is right above this room, right there. I mean, right there, literally. See my light?
Yeah.
Just a little bit off the side of that light is exactly where I was sitting up there in the attic.
I had this app once that I was.
Oh, y'all like my light shade? I'm a little bit freaky.
Hey, Boomer. So I had this app, and you could set it. It's supposed to keep track and to see if you're snoring, but people were saying that they set it, and it would only turn on if there was noise activated, right? And so there was oh my God, I heard my name being said, and they're the only one in the house, right? And so I downloaded the app and did it one night, and there was it recorded tapping noise, tap tapping noise. And I'm oh my God, what is this? That's crazy. Come to find out, I had the ceiling fan on all night and the little
chain going ding 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 ding.
It was. I'm what is that?
I wanted to tell you something really freaky. I've never had this one explained. I went to sleep one night, and I had a never mind why I had it on. I was actually doing some detective work. I had a voice activated tape recorder on, and I happened to be sleeping in the same room it was on, and it was picking up RF frequency signals, which is legal. You can do that.
What is legal?
RF frequency signals. I had a scanner going, but I had it locked in on one channel, and I get up the next morning and check it, and I seen the little green light sitting there flickering. That means it got something. So I backed the tape up a little bit. Didn't take far. And guess what I heard?
What? A little girl?
Nope.
What?
Nope. This was years ago now. Years ago, like 25 years ago.
Holy cow.
And guess what I said in my sleep?
What?
And I still haven't figured it out. Took 'em, see ya.
What's that mean?
I have no idea.
Huh.
I think, here's what I figured out. To come. And I did something that made them go away. Because I said, see ya after that.
See ya.
My mind's
and-
processing something with that, and I don't know what it is yet. Give me a minute. I'm old.
I wonder if you can put it into like Google Translate and it'll come up like being some kind of a foreign language. I don't know. Tukum.
I will tell you what. I'm heavy Cherokee background. My granddaddy was 75%, so it may be Indian. It may be Indian.
That might be it. That is spooky. Speaking of spooky, how are you?
But the last two words were see ya.
See
And
ya.
that's one of my favorite sayings. When I get done with somebody, I'll say, see ya. They won't see me no more.
Yeah, I actually
Don't see me, I'll see you. You know?
I actually had a question for Spooky.
Yeah.
Any crazy shit ever happened for you, bro?
Crazy shit?
Yeah.
You mean like paranormal?
Yeah, out of the ordinary.
Oh man, I guess we haven't talked about my my life story.
No, we've been friends for how long? We haven't really talked about
We would probably need a full podcast and maybe even 2 or 3.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Do you?
Can we do highlights?
Just in a nutshell, 7 years old, I almost died from a complication after a surgery. I hemorrhaged so much blood that they had to rush me to the hospital. You know, I looked up at my dad holding me. He was holding my tongue down, so I wouldn't try to swallow it. He had, something he had learned on the battlefield in Vietnam. I looked up, and above my dad was white. At the time, 7-year-old kid growing up in church, I'm thinking it's an angel. Come to find out after many years of meditating and talking to experts that it was, what people refer to nowadays as light beings. I also saw the light beings in the hospital while I was healing. It was a religious Catholic hospital they took me to, and I had a number of experiences there. I had experiences when I was a kid in the woods. I understand that my spirit guides met me when I was 7 years old. Let me know that I was going to be helped throughout my life, and indeed, I believe I was. I have lived a life. I have lived a life of privilege. I have lived a full life. One that it's funny. I was thinking about it before when I was working out earlier. I have lived a life, one that is so privileged, and I am so blessed in this lifetime. And, I really, truly do believe that it had so much to do with the fact that I've been helped along the way. And I also think that in one of my past lives, I must have done something really, really good to be able to live so such a privileged life and such a blessed life, and with so much love around me. You know, I'm not even into my 5th decade, and I'm, pretty much retired. I live a life like a Buddhist monk almost, where I just, meditate throughout the day. I take care of my grandma here. My grandpa set us up so that, I would be taken care of. We would all be taken care of. And, the more I think about how privileged I've been, and the more that I, go deeper and deeper into the meditation, I truly believe that I have been helped along the way. And,
Yeah.
I've been through many things in my life as far as business wise. I've been in a number of different businesses. I've traveled all around the world, luckily. And a lot of the times I struggled with wondering what my purpose was in life. Was it just to make money? Was it just to, have a family and, be blessed with, all the stuff that came from that? But the more and more that I start to,
You got it.
I really believe that now I'm starting to understand that the purpose was, I'm going to help some people.
Connect
Right.
with people. That's
You
what
and
I was fixing to say.
No,
You
he's
and
already
me are
helped me.
so much alike because I'm here taking care of my mom. I'm on disability because of some bad stuff, but I really think that you have reached enlightenment and that you
Yep.
are a healer, because that's my job here. Is I'm the healer. I'm the caretaker. I'm the healer. I just
Yeah.
got the chills thinking about it. That's awesome. I'm sorry. Go on.
Dude,
Well,
he's
I think a lot of times in our lives, for me, I didn't want to embrace that role of a healer, of somebody that was going to help other people. I was just trying so hard to live up to this. I live in Southern California. I've been in and out of the entertainment business. I've been in and out of media my whole life. And, my kids were in the entertainment business. My daughter still is. I've spent the last 7 or 8 years working in the music business and songwriting and working with producers, the top people, and here I am thinking that this is my calling, that my art and the artistic side of me was my calling. But I truly believe now that it's more than that, much more than that. I think a lot has to do with the pandemic, people struggling and needing more to find out more about what this life is all about, and how life can be better, and I think that my purpose here is to help other people figure stuff out for themselves.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to jump in and say that I'm going through a lot of shit right now, and Spooky knows. And he set up a private StreamYard between the two of us. And he sat there and let me vent. He listened, he responded when it was needed. And it made a huge difference. I've been going through a lot of shit for a couple months, and he has made a huge difference to my inner self over just those couple of hours. So he's the real deal.
So that's the thing, is like helping somebody else might think, oh, I helped somebody get through a day. That is freaking huge for that person.
Well, I felt cheated. I felt cheated because I know he's going through his own stuff, and I didn't get a chance to hear him out and, return the favor. But I do appreciate everything that he's given.
Oh man, you don't have to feel bad in any way whatsoever. I mean, the things I'm going through, really the things that I'm going through are so minimal compared to what I hear. And I do, I listen to other people and what they're dealing with. And I just feel, when you talk about being enlightened and, me being, where I'm at this current moment. And we lost one of our greatest spiritual leaders a couple weekends ago, a Buddhist monk who was a big inspiration to me, and he taught me through his teachings and his writings and the times I got to see him was that, when I needed to do everything I could for myself to understand, first of all, about ego and how it plays into our daily lives and how we treat each other, and how I needed to try to get to a place to where I rid myself of all the ego that I could, because only then would I be able to give the most the most compassion, the most empathy that I could give to others. And now that I've reached this place to where I feel like all my chakras are about as aligned as I can get them, and I'm probably about the most centered I've ever been in my life. I mean, I walk through this house out in my garden all day, and I just go in and out of meditation sometimes. I'm lucky that I am able to do that. The lifestyle that I live, I know I'm lucky, but I also think that I've been put in this place because it's like a calling.
Yeah. I
Uh,
I caught on just like to that not long after I, saw you here and there. I already knew you had that thing going for you. You can just tell. You can tell when you meet people that they've got something.
I mean, in my meditation, I do speak with my spirit guide and have been for a long time. Now, the interpretation of how I was doing that only was fine-tuned up until maybe a few years ago. Then when the pandemic happened and we were all locked down, and I had time to really focus and be as in the living in the present moment, only then was I ever really able to understand all this as well as I can right now. And what I would recommend everybody is just try your best to sometimes turn off YouTube, sometimes turn off the internet, turn off the news and the mainstream media and all that, and just spend time with yourself, because you are very, very special, each and every one of you individually, and you also have so much wisdom and power right here in your own mind. And a lot of it is because of the previous lives that you've lived. All
Spooky.
that wisdom you've gained. And most of us here in this country, we don't really think about this a lot. But Warren said something that really hit home to me. I also, on my mother's side, have pure, full-blood Cherokee Indian running through my veins. I also have Aztec Indian blood running through my veins from my father's side.
Yep.
And I know that those spirits, and that includes my spirits of the past, all that wisdom is within us. And you can tap into that. You really can. But
And
you
I
have
feel
to
it.
find a way to cut out the outside noise.
And if hang on just a second, I'm gonna share something with you. I sit just like this all the time. All the time. I'm 58 years old. I can still do that.
I'm 49. I can't do that shit, and I'm in the gym all the time. So
And I'm fully flexible, you know.
Yeah.
And my dad always asked me, "How the hell do you do that?" I said, "Because I never stopped doing it."
beautiful.
And
That's
here's
good.
here's something too. You said something that really kind of got to me. As you're walking along in the daytime, you see something that just carries you into a meditation. I understand that. I really do. I really understand that. And I do believe in my God and Savior 100%. If I ask for something, it might be a day or two, it might be a week or two, but it always happens. But I'm not a greedy person. I don't ask for much and I always give back. And I think, as it says, those who give will receive 10 times over. And that's the God's truth.
It's called straight karma.
I have been like I was telling you, I have been so blessed. And I mean, I I live in probably one of the most desirable places in the world, really. I mean, everybody wants to live here where I live. It's gorgeous. I took a picture and put it on Facebook today. It's like summer here, and I live, I look up I go right here up my hill, and I look, and all I see is ocean and
Yeah, I was walking
beautiful.
through the snow delivering mail whenever I saw that picture.
I know.
Thank you.
I was
So,
walking through the snow through dog poop. It wasn't
Where,
that
where,
but the
Thanks,
but the
where in the
reason
world are you at? On one of the
but the
very
but the
tips
reason
of one of the Hawaiian Islands or something?
but the reason I wanted to, but the reason I bring it up is not because I want, to sound, like I'm anybody special. I bring it up because
No,
at
you're
the
in
end,
touch. I know
at the
that.
end,
You're in
at
touch.
the at the end of the day, and at the end of this life, all you take with you is the love that you shared. It doesn't matter how much money, what kind of house, how what kind of car you have. The love that you shared and received, that's it. That's all you got. So we need to get to loving each other.
Hey, have you ever listened to the Moody Blues?
Oh yeah, Moody Blues. Everybody loves the Moody Blues.
You damn near quoted one of their songs, All My Children's Children. One of the songs on there damn near says that to the exact. Wow. That's awesome.
I got a
Somebody
question
said
for you, Spooky.
somebody said, just one second, let me tell you
Go ahead.
just one second, Tony. Somebody told me the other day, well, I love my kids. I love my, my spouse. I love my extended family. And I said, no, you don't get it. I want you to think back when your wife and you, or your girlfriend and you, had your first child. And I want you to think about that unconditional, undying love. You do anything. You would die for that baby. You love that child like you never loved anything else. And anybody that's had a kid in here knows what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
That love right there is the love that we got to share with everybody. And we need to start it right now, because that is what the universe is calling
That's
for.
right.
I'm
That's
telling
right.
you.
I agree.
You got to love your neighbor like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's not
and what you
easy.
said about ego, that's what is people with the ego bigger than them. That's what they're struggling with, and that's why we are in a lot of bad situations. But I wanted to say something, Spooky, because you said you were protected, your spirit guides and whatnot. I have, and I know this, I believe it's family members, and that's why I pray for my kids. My grandmas prayed for me, but their spirits, they're my spirit guides too, but I've been protected from a lot of evil things in my life from my family members, from ancestors. And because you were talking about that, you were talking, kind of touched on that subject, and I want to say that because that's a thing, that's a real thing. You can your spirit guides, but family members, whatever. Yeah, there's been some situations too, and I do believe Jesus is my dude, but I do believe that that's a thing, because I was in a really bad car wreck that about took my life, and I did see
Oh,
somebody
no.
was.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good now. But yeah, so that's we got that. We just need to tap into that and realize that
Yep,
Oh, by the way,
absolutely.
it's a tender thing.
Hippie just come up live if anybody's interested.
Who's
Wandering
hippie?
Hippie. Y'all know Wandering Hippie. If you don't, you need to get in touch.
Yeah, need to know.
He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
Tony, I cut you off a minute ago. Did you have something you wanted to say?
No, it's I've been really digging in on Alan Watts in the last few months or so. Just get your opinion on that.
Oh, I mean, I don't think he's ever said anything that I don't agree with. I mean, I love his theories and I love his teachings, and it goes right along the way. People say, well, so you're a Buddhist, you practice Buddhism. And the truth is, yes, I do practice Buddhism, but I've never been so bold as to say I'm a Buddhist, because I don't feel like I am strict enough with my practices. I don't, I'm not humble enough to be able to say that to myself.
Well,
but I am trying to do everything I can to give back to people and do, when people say, well, how, tell me about Buddhism. And I say, I can sum up Buddhism in 3 words: treat others well. Simple as that. And that is, there's nothing else you can say about it.
Peace.
You just treat
It's
everybody.
About peace. I got
all
nothing.
All living beings.
Nothing to say against that. Nothing.
Well, see,
and that includes our living planet.
One of the things my wife said, or wherever we're at now, she, whenever I told her, I said, I'm really getting into this Buddhism thing, and she said, I just don't like the inequality for females, because females can't be Buddhist. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a, how do you respond to that at that point? Because I love everybody equally and I respect everybody equally. So how do you, bring Buddhism into your life and still respect others at the same equal level? That was kind of what I'm not trying to get too deep. I'm sorry. I'm just.
I hear you.
Hinduism. That's it's about love too and acceptance. But I just gotta say, guys, I don't get this conversation in my life, so I'm like so thrilled to have this deep stuff going on right now. I don't.
You know what I like? You know what I really like?
What do you really like, Warren?
The fact that 90% of what we're talking about is Christian, but it's also another thing. And I'm gonna throw a new term out there: hippieism. We're all about peace, baby. That's it.
Right on.
That's it. That's it. That's right. That's why when Hippie's channel popped up, I said, "Hey, anybody wants to check out Hippie? Come on, do it. He's cool as hell, and he's heavily into the Bible. Me and him got on here for one night on one of the live streams. Everybody else left. And we sat there and read the Bible for 4 or 5 hours, maybe over 5 hours. Yeah, and it was awesome.
For me, it's less about choosing a particular religion and claiming it as mine and saying that I am. I want to live the life that Jesus lived.
Yep.
I want to live like him, not like any of these other religions that that are around nowadays. Let's all do everything to live like Jesus Christ himself did.
Exactly.
Then if we did that, we wouldn't have to have any other religions.
Walk across this land, love the people, even the ones that hate you. Love them.
Or we'll go back to Bill and Ted. Be excellent to each other.
It's like at Woodstock, when Country Joe McDonald sang that song, I get by with a little help from my friends. That was one of the best songs ever. Dr. Hook. They didn't sing because they loved it. No, let me take that back.
They got some pretty sexy songs, man.
They didn't sing for the money. They sang because they loved it. I got my words crossed up, but anyways.
Well, anybody that knows me knows that I take care of my grandma, and right now it's time for me to go help her get ready for bed. So I'm very sorry I have to cut it short, but I do appreciate all of you for allowing me to be in here with you. I mean, it's totally humbled me for the night. And the message I want to send, I hope I sent the right one. I hope you all know that I love you all very, very much. You're all my family. And this new YouTube podcast family has changed my life. And I just love you all so much. And I thank you. I hope you have a great night.
I'll speak for everybody. I'll speak for everybody, dude. We love you too.
Much love.
Thank
you.
touch my channel.
Give Grandma
I'll
kisses.
sub to you in a heartbeat.
All right. Good night, everybody.
You
Good night.
cool as hell.
I don't know about blowing me kisses though. We might overstep the boundaries on that.
I
one.
said, give Grandma kisses.
No, but he actually like we had a StreamYard channel, just a private one, nothing
Yeah.
set out, and he spoke to me because some of the stuff that's going on in my life, and man,
Yeah.
what a good dude.
No
What a good
doubt.
dude.
No doubt.
For
Somebody-
real, just
Somebody come up and lay their hand on your shoulder and say, "Tell me something," and I'll listen. That's a good dude.
that
Yeah.
is, and he had his own problems going on in his life at that point with his grandmother and what have you. He had some
I had a
family-
bunch.
He had
I'm gonna tell
family
you
issues
something.
going on, and he took the
I
time
had-
out for me.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of shit going on. Excuse my language, but I had a bunch of stuff going
Oh,
on.
you said shit.
3 or 4 days, weeks ago. It's all straight. I trusted in the energies and the people supporting me and my good Lord, of course, Him first, and it's all taken care of.
Yeah. That's
It
good.
is. It's taken care of. I'm at peace. And
it's,
that was
it's
what
not
I
a-
asked for. I
it's-
said,
I-
"Good Lord, all I need is peace.
I
Help
don't
me get
feel
there."
I don't
And
feel
that's
like
what-
it's about. I don't feel like it's. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I don't feel like it's about a specific religion. I think it's about faith.
Yeah.
Faith
And I
in
said,
what you
"Good
believe
Lord."
in and who you believe in.
Right.
I said, "Good Lord, I need peace at this time. I really need peace at this time. Help me through this." And it wasn't.
There's a
It wasn't. It wasn't but a day. Everything started clicking. In less than a week, everything was took care of. And I thank my good Lord for that. I thank all the people that were behind me because I think they heard it. And
well,
it
God sends
just
good people in your
happened.
life for a reason. So that's good.
And I'm agnostic. I don't have a specific religion, but
Yeah.
I do not bash any religion. I do
Right.
not look down on anybody.
I don't
do not
bash any.
deny.
Actually, I think, like he was saying earlier, I kind of like Buddhism. It's all about peace.
And that's
Think
where I'm at
about
right
what
now.
others think. Think about what they think of you. And also think about how we're going to make this better. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. But
Well-
it also says in Christianity, the Lord will
No, you
help
don't-
those who help themselves and others.
You don't need to put a
Alright,
name on.
It's the same thing, but just worded different. It's and I do believe in the supreme being, which to me is God. But other people, it might be a different one. So
We'll see.
to each
see.
his own. But let's all think world peace.
Well, see,
That's
Buddhism is to me being kind to other people, but on the same token, living in the current moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the past doesn't exist and the future or the past doesn't exist and the future doesn't exist.
Right.
Just live where you're at now. You can't live in those other aspects of time. You have to live in the present moment because as I speak this, it's already the past.
Right.
There
Yep.
is no future. And that's kind of where I'm at now is I need to learn to live in the present where I'm at. And Spooky said the same thing.
That is a
Yeah.
gift if you can do that because that is like all my
I'm-
anxiety is
I'm
the
not
past.
quite
I've been working on
there
that.
yet. I'm close, but I'm not quite there yet.
I'm not quite close, but I'm working on it. And that's where I want to be. I want to be in
I'm
the
not-
present.
And I'll admit it, I'm not able to let go of the past to protect myself, but I really don't care about the future. I care about what's happening now. So I'm getting close.
Yeah.
But
And that's
also,
important. Live in the moment. This is your moment.
yeah,
In 5 minutes, that's not your moment. You don't know what that moment's going to be.
What
5
moment
minutes
is gone?
ago, 5 minutes ago, you can't relive that moment. You have to live in the moment that you're at right this second. That's where you have to be.
Yeah.
That's
right
the thing
there.
is on your way to enlightenment, if you can accept that why we are here and the things that we experience is for us to learn. If you can accept that everybody comes into your life is somebody to learn off of. If you can accept that, you know.
Oh, I do that. Ooh, how much do I do that?
Yeah. If you can do that,
I mean,
you kind of understand.
The Bible says thou shalt not judge, but
We all do.
I'm guilty of this. When I run across somebody that I'm thinking, they might be pretty smart, but then I back up and think, maybe I better be cautious. So I'm guilty of that, but not in a cynical sort of way. It's just like, back up and look at this a minute, But no, I don't. All right, let's step off the page just a hair, not too much. How many of y'all believe in the universal energy waves, as in astral, binary? What is the other one? Anyways, the energies of the universe, as in negative, positive. It's hard for me to explain this because this is truly my religion. Reading the universal energy waves. Do any of you believe in that?
I do believe there's a vibration pattern.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
I'm an ex-Air Force photo sensor tech, and everything I was trying to, I don't know what live I was on or what podcast I was on, but I was trying to explain this, is everything has its own frequency. Everything has its own frequency, and those frequencies can be entirely different, or if they come, closer together, they can intermix, and that's kind of like the whole cryptid, the whole UFO, the whole thing is maybe these frequencies at some point are coming closer together. We're able
from
to see
DC,
things. So
from DC to daylight, where do you want to fall? DC to daylight. Think about it.
I actually had this. That was a crazy supposition of mine. Was this kind of a sine wave type thing. To where these sine waves
AC.
are following
sine wave is AC.
Yeah, but they follow a specific pattern. And whenever these patterns start getting closer together is whenever things start. And as people and as a species and as humans, I just think that we're all on different frequencies sometimes. And once those frequencies start to come together, things will start to come together for us.
Exactly. I finally found somebody that understands it.
Well, I try to be Mr. Crowley the badass all the time, but it doesn't work. So
here's the thing with me. All right. I have certain radio stations I listen to, right? On the radio. Without even having a radio on, I'll start thinking about a certain radio station and I'll hear a song playing. I'll turn that radio station on and I'll be, damn, it's on. I actually can hear, not with my ears, but through my mind, I can hear that RF signal transmitting to me that song. And it has blown my mind for the last 10 or 15 years. I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, it's crazy whenever you're in tune, because I listen to podcasts pretty much all day whenever I'm delivering mail. And like not long ago, I was driving my truck and I came to an intersection and it was a 4-way stop. And something
Yeah.
in my earbud said, "Don't go." And I stopped because I heard that. And then right at that moment, a car came rushing right through the stop sign and never stopped.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like
Yeah.
it's that connection, you know what I mean? It's that frequency to where you're just kind of at zen and kind of in your own, your own area. And everybody kind of needs to be in their own area. They have to be in their own, I don't even know how to put it. Your own.
What is?
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'll think
What is
about
that shirt you got on? What's
What,
that
this one?
T-shirt you got on?
Oh,
I can't read it. My phone's so
Oh, it's
damn
just-
small.
it's just a old Lucky's jeans shirt. That's all.
Oh, what?
Lucky's jeans.
Monkey
I
jeans.
think.
Okay. Oh, geez, my
Yeah.
phone's telling me I got 15% battery power and its charge port is dead. Luckily, I have an extra battery, but I'll have to drop out to put it in.
If you have an extra battery, that's an old phone.
Yeah.
Well, this is a G3 Samsung Galaxy G3, and this one's a little older than that one, but they happen to take the same battery.
It does, as long as you're good, man.
Yeah, if it works, that's what counts.
The charge port went out in my newer one here, and the old charge port was still good, and I still had a good battery, so I got 100% battery here, but I'll have to turn the damn phone off to put it in there.
You gotta step up to an S21.
Just go
Uh,
iPhone.
No, don't do that.
No.
Do the
I ain't going
iPhone.
I don't like the iPhone
The new
because
one, the picture
it's no good
quality.
in my area. I ain't gonna say I
But it's
don't
not the
like them,
iPhone. I
Well,
know,
but
a
I
lot of
can't
people
get
don't.
a signal here.
Well,
It's
I'm
not
in
the
the-
iPhone. It's
Gordon
I'm
the
just
so
said-
far in the woods that I'm lucky to get a signal on this one.
Well, how's that make you feel? Gordium just said he only has a landline.
Wow.
You know what? A landline is a good thing to have, actually, when you think about it, in cases of emergencies. I don't know how many times I've called 911 and
You know what the best thing to have in an emergency is? A
What?
frickin' ham radio.
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, I was a ham radio operator for several years. That's my call. Still good, but I let it run out going through the divorce and everything else. I just let it run out. It's been out for about 2 years. I'm gonna reinstate it. I was a general class operator. Well,
I remember when I was just a kid, my mom worked at a truck stop, and we had this big van because there's 5 kids. So we had to have this big van. And
old CB ain't bad neither.
we had a CB. And
Oh yeah, they ain't
we
bad.
got
That's
to
where
the
I
trucker
started
bed.
out.
Yeah, I got in trouble for touching it one time. I'm like, sorry.
Oh wow. I mean, well, back in the early 70s, no, you had to have a license to do it and all that. But shoot, now anybody can put one in the car and use it, and which they're pretty cool.
Well, who
Yeah.
remembers this? Who remembers this driving down the highway?
Yeah, I know. I've asked my truck driver friends, like, why don't they do that anymore? And like, when
Oh,
a
doing this?
kid right, and they said, "Oh, I wish the kids nowadays would know what that meant and did that."
Oh
I
man.
made my kids do that.
Yeah, we did that. I made my
And
kid.
they'll do it. If they got the air horn, they'll do it. If they don't have the air horn, they'll look at you and go, meh.
Yeah,
I ain't got one, or they would.
yeah. I don't know.
Simple things. Simple
Some of the
things.
younger ones maybe won't remember what that meant or not know what that meant.
No.
Oh, I taught my kids. So
Oh,
Yeah.
you got to be at least 35 years old to remember what the hell that meant.
we've been from the East Coast to the West Coast probably 15 times since my kids been born. So
Yeah.
they know all
How
about
about-
that.
How about this one? Remember Charlie? No, not Charlie McCoy. He's the harmonica player, which I love playing harmonica. But anyways, who was it? Oh,
See,
the
nobody
one that
there.
done Convoy The one that done Convoy. I love that song.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I
Pig
can't
Pen,
remember.
you want to back off a little bit? Them pigs are getting intense up here.
Yeah, I don't remember who did that. I do remember it though.
Yeah, I remember those old songs.
Yep, yep.
They're honky
And
tonkin' in Ottawa.
I'll never forget.
Eastbound
I
and
mean,
down, rolling up and
I've
trucking.
been
There you
trucking.
go.
We got a load you don't want to be. How did it go? We got a load that just can't wait. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound or watch old bandits run.
Oh my god, I want to watch that movie now. I
Well,
love
it's beer in
it.
Texarkana and they're thirsty in
I got
Atlanta.
Burt Reynolds' hair, so
Oh, Burt Reynolds. Is he still alive? I hate
Oh,
seeing
you
him.
remember them skipping the Trans Am across the pond? That was
Yeah.
cool as shit.
I always wanted one of those. I almost bought one a while back.
Well,
Yeah,
I got an old S15 GMC truck with a V8 under the hood with a set of the rims that come off of that year Trans Am.
Well, you want to hear what I have?
What do you have?
68 Camaro SS with an LS3 swap, dual superchargers.
Oh yeah,
I always
dual
wanted the
supercharger.
69.
Damn.
696 horsepower.
I always wanted the 69 Camaro because that's the year I was born. And my ex-husband's
You just
brother
wanted-
had one.
You just wanted the
that's it.
69.
I was born in '63. I want any car that was made in '63.
You know what I
I
love?
don't give a damn if it's a rust bucket. I want one.
I love the 77 Monte Carlos.
Oh,
Really?
that was a pretty
Yeah,
damn
I
thing
don't know
too.
why. My first car was a LeSabre, a huge freaking boat.
I'm
Huge.
a-
My first
And I
car was
fixed
a
everything.
1966 Bayet, and I still got it.
Really?
I got screwed.
Yeah, it's a rust bucket, but I still got it.
I got
It was my
screwed.
grandma's car.
I got a 79 Toyota Corolla. What an ugly piece of shit that was.
You know what?
Oh,
Mine,
you
as
know
big
what I
as
got
mine
rid
was,
of that I
I
wish
still,
I got rid of something I wish I would have kept.
what's that?
I had a 1973, what the hell was, no, it wasn't a 73, it was a 74 Gremlin. Oh my God, that little car was fun.
Weren't those dangerous?
AMC.
You know what I got? You know why I got rid of it?
That was the Pinto. It was dangerous.
Oh, my sister
The
had it.
cotton picking transmission went bad, right? So I fixed the transmission. About a month later, this son of a gun dropped the piston. Didn't put a hole in the block, but it broke the rod. And I said, that's it. I let it go.
Have you ever heard of an Opel?
Oh man, the Opel
That-
GT. I wish I had one.
That was the car that I was in the wreck, and they had to tear it apart just to get me out.
That's not good.
Oh no, not an Opel GT. They ain't nothing but a beer can with 4 wheels.
I don't know
I had a
what
friend that collected Opals. He had like 6 of them.
really.
One of my cousins had an Opel Cadet. You know what impressed me about that car?
Hmm.
The trunk. You could hide 4 Mexicans in that trunk.
Oh.
Good Lord, it had a huge trunk.
Dude, I'm looking through the chat like all these cars, and it's just like car
I
porn.
know.
It's car porn. For
It
real.
is.
It was fun. That was a fun little car. We went, we was all teenagers. We went down to the lake one day, and there's a couple guys down. Stan, we need to make a beer run. And everybody's driving these little itty bitty cars. Damn, we're gonna haul the beer. And me and my cousin, we was down there in that little Opel Cadet. I mean, little piece of crap. Didn't have nothing but a little 4-cylinder under the hood. And hell, we got a big ass trunk. We put at least 10 cases in there. They said, all right, cool. two of them jumped in the back seat, and we took off to the beer store. Of course, they were old enough to buy beer. We weren't. We went up to the beer store. They bought like 12 cases of beer, and there was still room left over in that trunk. I was impressed. I'm like, holy shit, I got to find me one of these.
Yeah, this I just posted a link to this place. It's like right down the street from me, and they've got, oh my god, the cars down there.
Old one?
They actually had Jay Leno.
Oh
come down
crap!
there and visit
My
them.
battery's fixing to die. I'm at 4%. So if I drop out, I didn't leave on purpose.
Jay Leno's, you said?
No, Jay Leno actually came to visit them. That's like, and
Oh.
I live in a small suburb outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so it was pretty big deal.
All right, guys, I'm gonna drop out. So when I come back, I'm gonna be in the chat. Give me
All
a
right.
link.
If we're still awake, we'll be waiting because I know I got to go to work in 7 hours. So
I got a battery good for about another hour. So I'm gonna drop out.
Alrighty. Yeah, I heard Jay Leno. Like, I've seen him. He's a big car guy.
he's got like 70 something cars. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would if I could.
When I was with my ex, we had a heating and air company, and in the back of the shop, we stored cars for Bob. Well, I want to say, but he had a bunch of like old Caddies, Cadillacs, and stuff that we stored back there. And this is kind of a sad story. But so my husband at the time bought a Corvette, a older one, and he put it back there, and all my employees knew we had it. And I'm like, what happened to the truck I bought you? Oh, I got rid of it for a work van. No, he sold it to buy this Corvette. Well, came to find out, he just not only got a Corvette, he got a girlfriend too. So it was funny because this guy who owns a really big car lot, he's like known in Iowa. He kind of heard about like the shenanigans, and he took all of his cars out because he was just like, I ain't gonna not storing my cars there. I don't know. To me, that was like really nice. Like I at least had somebody on my side. But then he left.
Cool.
Well, I mean, it was a thing. But the cars he had back there, I'm like, holy cow. I always told my girls, don't go back there, because they would rollerblade around and whatnot. Don't go back there. You're going to scratch something.
I'm just sitting here thinking about, I'm processing what you're saying, but it's like I'm sitting here thinking about how many different directions this chat is going in the last hour or so.
Right. I know, it's fun. It's entertaining.
And that's the thing, you know what I mean? It's, you can sit here and talk about ghosts and paranormal and UFOs,
Right.
but then it comes back to the human connection.
Right.
You know, to where we're all just kind of connecting on things that, you know what I mean, that mean something to us, or things that are important to us, or what have you. And we kind of work outward from there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We all find these commonalities with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all kind of work on, you know, different things from that.
Like, that's what I said earlier. It's like I don't have too many people I can get into a deep, meaningful conversation. It's like random, which I'm so random, but like superficial stuff.
No,
you know?
I understand, because I'm married, of course, going through a divorce, but I can't have this deep conversation with my wife because she doesn't share the same commonalities as I do. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing to find this group of people, you know, regardless, I don't know how many people are on, how many people are listening or whatever else, but you know what I mean? Just the simple fact that people are, it means enough to them to actually stay and listen and join in on the conversation and just feel a part of something bigger.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
I'm kind of going Spooky's way. You know, Spooky and I have been friends for a while, and we have really gotten some pretty deep conversations, and it's I'm on board with Spooky. I mean, we need to come together.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter if it's about cars, if it's about pencils. I don't give a fuck. Number 2, number 3, whatever. You know what I mean? We
Right.
want to go there. It's just this simple conversation, understanding, acceptance.
That's the thing, because a lot of people like to judge. A lot of people like to put their nose down at you, and I just can't stand that. Like, you know, I'm a homebody because where I go, I can feel people, like what they're all about, right? And it's just like there's so many fake people who are just going day by day and just not, I don't know. You just got to take it all in. You just got to smell the roses, as I say, and just try to not be an asshole. You know, don't be an asshole. Don't judge, because what you see is probably not what's really the story. You know what I mean? You're
Well,
looking at this person. You're looking at me, and you probably think I'm this crazy witchy lady who. No, you know,
I look like your crazy hillbilly, so.
but hillbillies are cool.
But I'm
You know what I'm
absolutely
saying.
not. You know what I mean? I love hunting. I love fishing, and I would
Right.
hunt and fish for and provide for everything I have without going to a grocery store,
Right.
unless it's necessary. I just feel like that's the natural, way to do things.
Right. Well,
You know,
we were at the store the other day, and I was with my daughter, and we're like, okay, we got to get this, got to get this. I said, oh, we better get toilet paper. And she grabbed, I'm like, oh my God, $13. I said, that's it. I'm making my own. And it's just like, the crazy thing is I totally know how to do that. I
you
totally
said
know.
toilet paper?
Yes.
You know what the fucked up thing is? I'm sorry. I don't know
No,
how many bombs I can drop, but
no, she's dropped many. So
yeah, I have. It's the ex-cop in me, but it's funny because like I deliver $80 boxes of toilet paper to my people,
yeah,
my customers. They
yeah,
buy this crazy ass bamboo toilet paper that costs like $80 for like
yeah.
10 rolls.
Mm.
And I'm like,
Hmm.
really? Is that
In their
necessary?
eyes, I know, in their eyes, they're thinking less trees, but it's true. I'm not going to spend that much. Like, I totally think there's going to be someday we're going to have to rely on our own wits and skills to stay alive. And it's just like, you know what? That's one of them. I want to know. What am I going to do if I can't, or they don't have toilet paper
Well,
anymore?
if I'm gonna
You know,
spend that
that
much,
was a scare.
if I'm gonna spend that much money, I'm going automatic toilet. I'm just saying. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
Walt.
The toilet. Yeah. We've talked about everything. Toilet paper.
Oh, I love you too, Cass.
Oh, I feel bad that she can't come up on her
I know
own.
I do too, so bad.
Yeah.
But at
But
least we
yeah,
kept everything going. You know what I mean? So
we did. We hit 100 different topics,
at least.
and it's been great. Loved it. I'll every so often look at the chat, and these people crack me up. I love them.
Now I watch it
And
all the
they're-
time. That's what I was telling you, where I was
Yeah.
trying to like mesh the actual chat with the StreamYard. So I actually got
Right.
that going. So
Right. Oh yeah.
I can't.
We're all adults. We're all adults. Well, some
Are
of
we?
us
Are we?
mentally.
My
Mentally.
wife would argue with you.
I know. Oh, that's
No, but
fun.
it's like I said. I mean, it's this community. This community, since I've been involved, has been just absolutely amazing. Non-judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
Completely accepting, completely understanding, even if you disagree.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been a life-changing thing to me. What did Chad just say?
Wants me to play Josh's exclusive video from this morning.
I don't know if I want you to do that or not, but it's up to you, Chad. You can do it, bro. You got the power.
He starts off with a LOL, so maybe not.
You have the power, bro. You can do what you want. Right now, we're kind of diving for content. So
does Josh want you to play it? Maybe who?
You're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. No, for just 1 second. You'll be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door.
Frank! Bring your head in this window before I roll it up in there.
Got it.
Frank!
Are you saying that? Is that maybe me?
Oh my god. That is funny. Was that a TikTok? It looked like it would have been a TikTok video.
Because I get yelled at so much for doing shit like that.
Oh Lord. Joss is so cool. He's cool.
It sucks because like Chad is like, he comes on whenever I'm like at the middle or at the beginning of my workday to where I can't actually watch or listen to his podcast.
I know. I'm usually just had fallen asleep because I sleep and I don't go along. So I miss a lot. But he did make it later in the day. He used to go a lot earlier.
Yeah, but at the time it is, I can't be
I know.
involved. I feel terrible
Yeah.
because I love Chad. But
Yeah.
Josh he's got some other shit going on. He's definitely unique.
He is so cool. And when he gets to talking about the stuff he knows, it's like I'm so like
See,
riveted.
I've never been on Trippy Times. I've never
Yeah.
listened to it or caught it. So
Yeah. Oh, he's running the stream from work.
yeah, I corrupted him. So
Oh my
I've
God.
corrupted Chad. So I feel like I've accomplished something tonight.
Oh, that's so funny.
I bullied
I think-
Spooky into coming on. So-
Earlier, much earlier in chat, he said that he called in sick.
twice
days.
last week.
Yeah.
Well, could you not have spread it out to once last week and once
Yeah.
this week? You know, just pace yourself, bro.
Pace yourself. Leave some sick days for really good live streams.
See, that's what I hate where I'm at is because like we get a vacation list at the beginning of the year and it goes by seniority and you have to pick your vacations for the entire year.
What?
And those vacations, if somebody that's ahead of you on seniority took the week that you want, you have to figure out another week. To take
Huh.
this. So it is so hard to plan out,
Oh, that is ridiculous.
you know. So it's
Because
kind of a
things
pain.
pop up. Things
Well,
pop
because
up.
like Ben and Joe from UFO Garage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been talking about some stuff or what have you, and it's like, man, just planning all this stuff out is
Yeah.
so difficult because of my schedule.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I
Oh,
just
it's
want to
true.
quit, but I know that's a bad idea.
That would be a bad idea. But it'll come together. I mean, that's why it's not, like attracts like. So that's why we're all kind of, like minds, we attract, each other. That's why we're all kind of here. So it'll
Well,
work. Your
we-
time it'll correspond. I just know it.
Well, we were talking about a central U.S. weekend retreat on UFO Garage
Oh yeah.
to where everybody, no matter what podcast, no matter what live stream,
Mhm.
regardless, you know what I mean? We could just have this central just get together for everybody that's cool and not mainstream podcast. We're not, expanded perspectives. We're not, all these big time. I mean, not that they're not invited, but
Right.
just kind of our community type thing. Get
Yeah.
together and just have this one weekend where we just go blow shit out, throw logs on the campfire, and just tell stories and have fun.
Mm.
So
How crazy would it be if there was if there was an experience that happened at that time? Oh,
that would be massive, like I
everybody's
said.
dream come true.
But
I can-
it needs to be like centralized to where
Yeah.
everybody has an opportunity to get there. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because like Spooky and Jamie and Bree and so many people that I'm, close to
Yeah.
are 2,400 miles away.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I went from Vegas, now I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah.
you know, so we need to put something together to where other people can get there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and be a part of it. It would just be so much fun if all of us fuck ups and goofballs could just get together
Yeah.
and just have a total smash out. You know,
Oh, that wouldn't that be? That's what I want to do here.
I'll be right back.
Jeez, I'm way down here in South Carolina, away from
You got
everybody.
company now.
Yeah. You know what? That's the thing. It's just like in Iowa, there's just not a lot going on with other people here, but I have opportunities to go
Hello, Will.
to several places to meet up, but it's just that they're all down south.
Yeah, I'm down there in South Carolina. I'm so far back in the sticks to got to pipe the sunshine in, you know. I don't
Yeah.
even have the internet where I'm at. Ain't that a hoot?
I tell you, sometimes I rely too much on the internet.
12 miles away, I got internet. No, not here, though.
But see, I grew up where you remember that at midnight the TV shut down and they played the national anthem, and then there was no more TV.
Oh,
out.
I used to love that.
I know
The
it.
one where John Wayne, or not John Wayne, but the guy that
Your
played
children.
John Wayne
Oh,
sang it. Oh my God, I loved that. I used to love that when I was a
we
kid.
just got the music, but every night at midnight when the TV, the show shut down, I was young, but I would always put my hand over my heart, and then because that was the thing, my dad was a Marine, so we knew, but that was the good old days, and playing outside till it was dark. Well, you could play. We played in our yard, but you get home before the street lights turned on, and you could ride your bike, and your parents didn't have to worry so much.
Right.
Now
We
you're
was
worried.
all, I was
Yeah.
way out in the country, and yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. The only thing we was scared of back then was snakes.
Yeah.
And then after a while, the snakes got scared of me. They figured out that I thought rattlesnake tasted good.
Tasting good.
Oh
I've
man,
never had snake.
I freaked my parents out. I was about 16, and I'm out there with the grill lit up, and they said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Cooking a rattlesnake," and both of them run back in the house, and I'm like, "Hell, if you don't want to eat, I'm gonna eat."
Oh my gosh. I could never do that.
Oh,
No.
that's some good eating there now.
I
Oh.
missed that totally. Now I hear get eaten.
Rattlesnake. He's cooking rattlesnake on the
No,
grill.
fuck that, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually cook it on the
No,
grill. I
Mr.
used the
Crowley
grill
doesn't do
for
snakes.
I used the
will-
grill for the source of heat. I cook it
Dude.
in a frying pan.
Dude, listen,
It's
Right.
good. It's
I will
good.
fist fight a grizzly bear before I deal with the snake.
I found, this is no lie, I found a snake. It was just a rattler. So I
Mm-mm.
picked it up
Okay.
and I took it because I knew my husband at the time was scared. He was working on his dad's, because we had a house next to his parents, working in his dad's like waterfall room in the basement or whatever. He pointed his nail gun at me, cussed, and told me, "Yeah." I thought he was going to shoot me. That's how scared he was of me. I did not ever do that again.
Now, I highly respect the rattlesnake, but I think they taste good. So
Do you want to hear a story?
if a big old timber rattler comes at me, I go lunch.
Do you want to hear a story?
Yes.
My wife and my son, who was probably maybe a year old at the time, we were at Nelson's Landing in Nevada, outside of Las Vegas, outside of Boulder.
Okay.
And it's a ghost town. And it's notorious for movie props and snakes.
And snakes.
And we were out there because we're big hikers, I'm a mountain biker and stuff like that. And we were out there, and I turn this corner by this building and I hear I Scooby-Dooed the fuck out of there. Scooby-Dooed, man. Straight in the air.
Right at that point, I'd been thinking, lunch, where's my snake pole?
Legs turning,
Where's my
everything
snake
else.
pole?
My son and my wife were behind me, probably about 10 or 15 feet. I left them there to die.
I didn't mean to laugh, but
And my wife came up to me and she said,
Let me hear a rattlesnake.
she
The
said,
first thing I'm gonna do is go find my snake pole.
She
It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. They get the. I ain't had a rattlesnake get near me in about 10 years.
what'd she
Because
say?
Every time one gets near me, either one or two things. I find the snake pole or the old hand cannon. I'll just show you the butt.
well,
And I got them.
She said
Hold
to
on,
me,
let's hear what Anthony's wife said.
she said, what happened? I thought a gas leak or something happened or a hose broke. I said, no, that was a rattlesnake. She's like, you just left this there? And I was like, what part of, if I have to dive through a fire or walk past a snake, you didn't understand?
I go through the
what
fire
this meant.
first, right? Yeah.
It's one of those things
What
you can
part
laugh
didn't you
about it now.
understand?
Yeah, one thing about it, you can't convince a fire to go away. You can convince a snake to go away, though.
No, I'm good. No, I'll
Morgan
go through the
said,
fire, man.
I saved a little girl's life with a slingshot one day on account of a snake.
No, fuck it, she's gonna die.
I think 12 years old. Little girl was about 9, and we was walking, around the edge of the woods, and I heard the snake, and I said, "Stop! Don't move!" And I had my slingshot with me, and I had a handful of marbles in my pocket. I grabbed that slingshot and put a marble in it, and I said, "Don't move. Let me find him." I found that snake and actually killed that snake with a marble and a
No, I
slingshot.
got you. My son has a slingshot. He has marbles. He has everything, but I don't care, man. If it comes down to a snake, you're on your own. Plain and simple. That's just where I'm at. That's
We
where I'm
have-
at.
We have rattlers here in Iowa, but we not like in my
I'm
area.
gonna tell you, a timber rattler normally will leave you alone, as long as you don't disturb them.
Yeah.
If you
But,
step
Warren,
on them, you bit.
But
If you
Warren,
walk by them and they rattle that tail, just keep going. Just
but
keep
Warren, you live on the East Coast where I live, and you got copperheads.
going. Copperhead's a mean son of a bitch. Don't mess with
There
them.
you go. There ain't no running away or not stepping on a copperhead, man. They're coming at your ass. I know because I'm a fisherman and I'm a
And
hunter.
they don't recognize that you think they might taste good. The timber rattler does.
The
For
copperhead
some
does.
reason, I've
So
eaten about
if a copperhead
I've
bites
eaten
you,
about 15
how
or
long does
20
it take
timber rattlers.
before you die? I know that's morbid.
Huh?
I don't know the
Do you
exact.
have time to get to the hospital? Hopefully they have anti-venom.
They're pretty nasty.
I'm not gonna let them bite me. Unless they sneak up on me, they ain't gonna bite me. Or unless I step on them. Now, if I step on them and they bite me, my bad.
Yeah, I'm not
'Cause
really
I
a
ain't paying
runner
attention.
anymore, so
Well,
I'm
just so
But
you
if I
know,
walk 8 foot away from them and they come after me, that's a different thing.
oh God.
well,
that
if
would
you're
be-
ever in the woods and you're walking around and you smoke cucumbers, there's a copperhead around. So,
What?
yeah.
You're right. You're
I'm
right.
ex-military. I know a lot of shit. So
I'll tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
a bad one. The damn cottonmouth. You can't smell them.
yeah, and they're underwater.
When I was
And
really
and
little,
and they're very sneaky.
like that,
You won't hear them. They don't make no noise.
we went boating. No, we went fishing, and we were in a boat. And it was my uncle, my dad, my brother, and me. And there was a snake coming at us, but it was swimming. You know what I mean? On the water.
That's a water moccasin. Yep.
There could be a black snake. Black snakes swim.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but we left because my dad don't do snakes either. He's scared of them, but he'll chop them. That's what.
I'll tell you what's bad about water moccasins. 90% of them in the South are not poisonous, but they carry so much salmonella in their mouth. If they bite you, you better have a bottle of alcohol handy, or it
Yikes.
will rot your skin in about 20 minutes. It is. They have a nasty. They're not poisonous, but they'll rot your flesh that quick. They are terrible.
Yeah, Carrie Ann says she's in Australia. They've got vicious critters in Australia. I don't wanna come
do
upon
y'all do y'all know there's one breed of snake in Alaska that you really got to watch out for? It's the only deadly snake there.
Alaska?
Yeah,
They have snakes?
there's one deadly snake in Alaska.
What is
It's
it?
called a snow snake.
What? There's a snow snake?
Yeah, and very few people ever died from a snow snake. But let me
What?
explain to you how it works. All right, you're up there in Alaska. Of course, all the plumbing's froze up, so you got to go outside to take a dump.
Oh my goodness.
If one of these snow snakes catches you, they'll crawl up your ass and freeze you to death.
What? Warren, I'm Googling snow snake because now I'm petrified.
You bought into that one.
It's a joke.
You got
ain't
me.
no such a thing, but I got ya.
You did. Because you know what it says? Snow snake. It says snow snake is a Native American winter sport traditionally played by many tribes in the northern Midwest, including yada yada yada.
It don't say nothing about the
So,
Alaskan snow
I would
freak.
rather come up on like a snake than the spiders, because spiders can get in little places. And we got in this house, the basement it's pretty scary. We get the loop. We've got, but
if you ever
back
go
in
to
the day-
Antarctica though, you got to watch out for the ice spider.
I'm not gonna believe you anymore, Warren.
It'll crawl up your nose and freeze your brain.
You know what?
No.
True story. I got bitten by a brown recluse delivering
I
mail.
did too.
Delivering
Right
mail in
there.
somebody's mailbox. And I didn't even know what it was. I just got this little bump on my thumb. Next thing you know, it turned into this big lump. Next thing you know, it's this black and oozing pus type thing.
With
I
a
still have
yellow
scar
center.
from it.
Yeah.
That happened to my mom. She put her foot. I take my shoe, I tap it and empty it.
I got
won't-
popped right there. One
it-
crawled up
it was in her
one of my
shoe.
jackets. One of my jacket sleeves. I didn't know the damn thing was in there. Shoved my arm in there and I felt this sting. And I said, what the fuck? Took my jacket off. That little brown piece of shit rolled out my sleeve. I stomped him.
That's
I said,
crazy.
I ain't sure if it's a baby wood spider or a recluse.
But
so I
in the
waited
winter
about 3 hours and it got red around the outside and yellow in the middle. I said, straight to the doc.
Well,
You know what got me? Give me some
my
antibiotics and I was okay.
You know, my doctor said it was an ingrown hair on my thumb.
What?
Oh, he's crazy as shit.
It doesn't turn purple. Do you guys have stink bugs where you are?
Yes, they fucking.
Oh, I got them all over the place.
In the wintertime, the upstairs here, you could at least once a night they're dive bombing you, and if like the cat plays with it and it gets scared, it's sprays it stink. It is so bad. It's so bad.
It's like when they spray the fields with nitrogen. That's what it smells like. Yep.
Oh God, they freak me out.
They produce nitrogen.
Ugh. whatever it is.
Are you
Guys,
Yeah,
allowed,
I don't like the smell. The bug ain't so obnoxious.
are you
but
allowed
I
to show
hate the
guns on
smell.
StreamYard?
On YouTube, I don't think.
Well, we're on StreamYard, aren't we?
Yeah, but we're on YouTube.
Well, I've done it on YouTube before.
Oh, StreamYard would be better.
What's that?
I don't know about
Matt,
StreamYards. I ain't
StreamYard
seen it.
doesn't-
Well, here will
I
be
ain't
my
seen the
snake gun.
logo.
Hold on.
What he what's he
Uh-oh.
pulling out there?
What's he pulling out?
Oh, hey, it's okay to show him.
Yeah.
I want to
Never
show you
mind.
mine then. You showed me yours, I'm going to show you mine. That sounded bad. Didn't mean it that way.
No, show me
Never
yours. There you go. I got a few of those too. I got 73 guns, Warren.
I ain't quite caught up with you. I ain't gonna say how many I got, but I ain't quite caught up with you. You want to see a pretty little one though? There you go. Yeah, it's a little one, but it's pretty.
It is pretty. Is it 22?
It's yeah, titanium Ruger.
Yeah,
Don't
but
wait.
That's my
I
newest
take
baby.
that steel cylinder out. That thing don't weigh nothing.
That's my newest baby, though.
You want to see the cutest thing? It's a Hellcat. It holds 13. 13
Oh,
in the
that
mag.
ain't bad. That
You
ain't
got a
bad.
Hellcat. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
We're showing our guns. It's a gun party up in here.
It's a gun show. Gun show.
Good show. I love this thing. I just don't get to get out and shoot it as much. But yeah, it will hold 13. Well, 14 in the the barrel and the 13 in the mag.
There's my sweet 7 in the corner.
I can meet you with the Hellcats.
Yay! Twin.
My sweet 7 over there in the corner.
Yeah, Dad's
like
like,
I
I'll
said-
stay for the gun show.
I have just about everything you could imagine.
You know, they have a little laser you can put on here.
Oh yeah. Once you get it sighted in, all you got to do is put the dot on it. It's done. I like those.
Yes, I need to get out and shoot. We
You
used
know,
to
well-
be able to shoot in our backyard, but now they're sold the.
I'll tell you what, that damn 44 Magnum, I love to shoot it. But here lately, it's too damn expensive to shoot.
I
One
can't. I have a
round,
hard time finding
one round,
9mm.
$1.60. I'm like,
Oh my god!
fuck that.
Yikes!
I'll
That's
keep it for defense. I'm not gonna fire it unnecessarily.
Mhm.
And
Well, if you,
I am
if-
deadly with it.
if you want to go really expensive, you can go 10 millimeter.
See that?
Oh, wow.
See
Is
that
that
target on the
You
wall
just go
right there?
both,
Oh wow.
Can y'all see the target on the wall there?
Yep.
Yep.
That was at 35 yards. 1 in the 10 and
Oh, I
2
can't see the
stacked.
holes.
2 stacked in the 8 ring at 35
one
yards,
ring.
not 25, 35 yards. And I
Mhm.
put 1 up there in the 7. That was my first round. That's okay. I got it.
I got it.
Second and third round in the 8 ring right together. 4th round, dead center, just about dead center, pretty close. And all them little specks on there is my 22 Ruger,
Okay,
all
Warren.
at
Warren.
35 yards.
Warren.
Yeah,
How familiar are you with calibers?
Pretty well.
Because I got a custom built 458 SOCOM on an AR platform.
All right, a 458 is just a little better than a 454 Kazel conversion, right?
So basically, you go through 2 vehicles and still kill a grizzly bear.
Oh my god.
So
My nephew bought.
Oh, wait a minute.
one.
You talking damn near a 50 caliber.
yeah, 458 SOCOM. That's what I have on
Oh,
the AR
okay,
platform.
okay.
I had it
A
custom built for me.
454 queso conversion ain't quite that, but I'm gonna tell you what, for a handgun, that's a bad mother.
So
You know what a 454 queso is, don't you?
yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
And I shoot 45s out of it all the time because it's much cheaper and there's no recoil.
Oh hell yeah, it's a lot cheaper. Buy them damn 454 conversion shells. Ooh, they ain't cheap.
Yeah, I'm a gun guy, so
That sounds like a pickup line, Cassie. Carol, your gun is sure pretty. You sure got a pretty gun. Well,
do I gotta
thank
pull
you.
out more guns? I want a pretty gun. Hold on, let me look around.
Hey, I only got
Hey,
one.
I love my guns. I
But I
sleep
love
with
it.
them,
I love it.
and I keep them some reloads.
I hope you keep them oiled if you're sleeping with them.
I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be a
Mine's
good thing
fucked
for
up
somebody
because
to
I got
try to break
grandbabies.
in this room. It would not be good.
They wouldn't get out.
I don't think they'd make it all the way in, but I'd go ahead and open the door and let them fall.
Cassie's so naughty.
I love Cassie. She's a sweetheart.
I overshared with Cassie the other day. We'll just leave it at that.
You did what?
I overshared too much information.
I don't think
Not-
you can. I
Not
don't think it's
anything,
possible.
not anything like compromising internet wise. Just
Compromising. Oh, do tell.
she's laughing now. Look at her.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
Well, guys,
all
I
here-
have to jump down. I have to jump down, Warren.
All right.
I've got to finish this or put more into this video I'm doing. And but you guys, I had so much fun. Thank you so much for the great conversation. And I'm sure I'll be seeing y'all in the next live stream. Woo, he's ready.
Yeah, I mean, I
He's
got
ready.
I'll play
the
y'all.
big boys.
Oh, good lord! Oh, damn! That looks like old
Love.
shark.
All right, night, everybody. Much love.
Good
Thank you
night,
for
guys.
having
Sorry.
me.
Love you, Cal.
Bye.
All right, y'all want to hear just a little bit of harmonica? Cause that's what I do.
Go ahead, man.
Well, I woke up early this morning. I smelled that smoke coming down the hill. I thought all my life, Grandpa's up at the moonshine still. I thought to myself, how I'm on duty now. I pulled on my breeches and I walked out the house. Well, I peeked out to the left, and I peeked out to the right. There wasn't no lawman nowhere in sight. So I sneaked round the corner and I headed up that trail. And it wasn't too hard to follow that smell. I got up there and it was bubbling away. And on the ground there was 3 jugs already laid. No, Grandpa, he swung around with a 45 in his hand. He said, boy, you better let me know when you're coming this way. But he didn't fill a drop. And he let the gun lay. He said, boy, don't stand there just looking. Get up that hill a little bit and watch that way. I reckon this family be moonshiner still a dying day. Talking about the man alive, just trying to make her own way. Peace out, everybody. Enjoyed it. Y'all take it easy. Appreciate y'all having me up there. Catch y'all later.
It sound right, boys.